Unlike frameworks like Angular, in React, we don't have the concept of routing. Because React is a simple, lightweight library and not a complete framework, it's only responsible for rendering the view, nothing more. So to add routing to our application, we need to install a library called React Router DOM. So open up the terminal and install React-Router-DOM. This is the implementation of React Router for DOM or browser. There is also another implementation called React Router Native, and that is used in native mobile applications, which is an entirely different topic from this course. So make sure to install version 4.3.1. Okay, now to add routing, there are two steps we need to follow. First, we need to go to index.js. On the top, we need to import a component called browser router from React Router DOM. Now let me show you a shortcut. You don't have to type the complete name of a module. You can simply type the first letter of every word. So React Router DOM. That's it. Okay. Now we need to wrap this app component with browser router like this. Browser router. And let's close it here. Beautiful. So this component grabs the history object in browsers and passes it down the component tree. So anywhere in our component tree, we'll be able to use the history object. That's what this component does. Next, we need to register our routes. And that basically means we need to tell React what component should be rendered based on a given URL. For that, let's go to app.js. So here in this div, we have a navigation bar. Let's imagine we have a div below that for our content area. So div with the class, let's say content. It doesn't really matter. Now in this content area, we want to render a given component based on what we have in the current URL. That's where we use the route component. So on the top, we need to import the route component from React Router DOM. Good. Now we need to register one or more routes. So we add the route component, give it two props. One is path and the other is component. So this route is a component just like the components we have built so far. It has attributes and these attributes will be passed as props. Now let's give this a path like /products and set the component to the products component. In the starter project, I have already imported this component on the top, so you don't need to import it. Now, this route component looks at the current URL. If it matches this pattern, it will render this component. Now, let's duplicate this 3 times. For the second route, we're going to set the path to posts and the component to posts component. The third one is going to be admin, and we set the component to dashboard. And finally, the last one should be homepage, which we set to the home component. Now save the changes. Back in the browser, currently you can see the home component is rendered because the current URL matches the pattern for this route. If we go to products, we see our products component, but we also see the home component. We have the same behavior in our other pages. So if we go to posts, we see our posts component as well as the home component. I will show you how to fix this problem in the next lecture.